The Invincible Iron Man issue number 3. That's right, folks. We have a Tony Stark book going strong, right? Was this good? I didn't love this issue. I thought it played with some fun themes, but ultimately I was just like, okay, yeah, that's exactly what I'd expect a modern writer to do for Tony Stark. Is this kind of a story? Didn't change anything really, but whatever, it's fine. The cover's cool. Tony's face being the suit of armor that Iron Man's wearing, I think that's kind of cool. That's a fun thing to play with. I like that. It definitely had filler vibes this issue. It's kind of setting up like Zhong Wei being like a very important character for the mythos, which is kind of fun, I guess, That's interesting enough. So, the end of last issue, we found Wei dead, which sucks. Character's dead. What's Tony going to do? He's freaking out. We have a flashback to when he meets Zhong for the first time, goes to his laboratory. He just kind of like walks in. He says that Zhong's one of the only guys that knew he was Iron Man, could see right through like the bodyguard stint right away. So he's like, okay, what do you want? He's like, well, I know you're a busy man, but I want to invite you to join the Stark International Board of Directors or whatever. He's like, why? Just cause I think you'd be good for it. I need people I can trust. I trust you. All the work you've done seems very interesting. And Zhong's not convinced, but he's like, why don't we do dinner tonight and we can talk it over then. Tony, of course, is like, I can't. How about breakfast in the morning? I do have plans for the meeting tonight, so we'll see what happens there. As that's going on, it's kind of in the midst of the first Armor Wars, which, okay, cool, a fun reference because a movie is potentially coming out about Armor Wars. And then the Raiders show up, and you're like, the Raiders? There's a name I barely recognize. And they're like, hey, there's Tony Stark, let's fight him. Or Iron Man, I guess. There's Iron Man, let's fight him. So they fight, and then, like, okay, cool, they destroy the lab that Zhong's working in. And then Rhodey shows up in a big old helicopter, whatever the hell thing, with a laser. And it's a Silver Centurion and Rhodey fight of that thing. And it's like, okay, cool. Like the olden days, the first Armor Wars that happened maybe 10 years ago. Maybe 10 years ago. Who really knows, right? It's fun. But Tony crashes on top of Wei's car. He's like, what are you doing? He's like, don't worry. Tony Stark will pay for all of this. You're like, cool, that's fun. Got to the next day. Brand new car outside of the house of Zhong. He's like, okay, why do you want me? My company got absorbed by AIM. I lost everything. She's like, exactly. You were willing to see the dangers of the technology you were building. Somebody like that is very valuable in this game, and I believe you know exactly what you're doing. I want someone who will choose the red ink instead of the red blood. He's like, huh, okay. Interesting. And that's good. Like, that is a fun story. Like, Tony hand selected this guy because he knew exactly what the game was they were playing and the cost it would take to keep Iron Man's technology in the right hands. That is a smart idea. Is it original? No. Does it kind of go with everything we've seen of Tony doing before? Kinda. It's not like blowing my mind, but I'm like, okay, that's kind of fun. Because he's dead in the present day. And then Rhodey shows up to help Tony. But they're just going to go on a mission to figure some stuff out. It's a fun. I don't know, it's fine. I guess I'm just like, do I need to see like Tony Stark break into Stark Unlimited again to get like the information that he's looking for? There is like just a couple pages of just him and Rhodey figuring out everything. And Tony's like, everything should be bad here, but it's not. This is too easy. It's all a setup. Because there's a big bad at foot. And I'm like, okay. I get it. Somebody sent the living laser to come after me saying that they were working for Tony Stark. There's a big tube they find in Stark Unlimited. There's clearly somebody inside it. Uh-oh. Who could it be? Who could it be, everyone? Oh, it's a life model decoy of Tony Stark. So, cathartic to see Tony fight himself, is it? Is it cathartic? Is anybody, like, reeling in that moment where we feel it happening? Like, this is important, this is what we've been building up to. I don't really know, but it's a nice little fight. So him and Rhodey team up, they freeze the guy, they rip off the Iron Man helmet. It's like an old Tony with, like, the old school beard and the long hair, like a drunken idiot. He's like, oh, I bet you hate this. Just so you know, my boss bought all of the stock for Stark. We now own everything, all of the patents, all of the companies, everything that was yours is now mine. Ha ha ha. And he burns alive. Self-destruct. Like, cool. He watches the face of him melt. You're like, okay, cool. Was this fun? Was that a good way to end the book? Was it? Because Tony's now like, okay, we need to know who's behind this. And I gotta go start an international incident. So somebody took control of Stark. How many times have we seen that? I don't know. Is it interesting? Maybe. The artwork is solid. I did like the stuff with Tony, like, believing that Zung can do good for him. Like, that's kind of fun. But overall, this book just left me like, yep, okay. That was pretty quick. I mean, it goes really fast. You see what the characters are up to. Tony learns a lesson, kinda. You know, it's like, okay, that's fun. Could all move past it now, that kind of a vibe. But yeah, that's the book. Is Tony the Mask? Who knows? It doesn't really explain what the cover is, but you get it. It's fine. If you're still reading this, good. So, The Invincible. Oh, sorry. I'm just like, what is this book? Is it interesting? I don't know if I love it, you know? So, The Invincible Iron Man issue number 3, I am going to give a 5 out of 10. Now, thank you guys for watching this review. Be sure to like and subscribe to the channel. As always, you can check me out on Instagram, TikTok, and Hive, and I will catch you in the next one. Have fun, stay safe, good luck.